Texas today is known for oil fields, highways, and cowboy legends. But 10,000 years ago, this land looked nothing like it does now. Imagine wide grasslands stretching as far as the eye can see. Mammoths, taller than buses, roaming across the plains. Predators, larger than lions, stalking silently in the shadows. This was Ice Age Texas, wild, untamed, and filled with giants. 10,000 years ago, Earth was leaving the last ice age. Northern glaciers still blanketed much of North America. But Texas was different. Cooler, wetter, greener than today. Rivers carved valleys through fertile land. Forests of oak, pecan, and pine grew thick along streams. Vast grasslands stretched across central and western Texas. The Gulf Coast was miles farther out to sea. Sea levels more than 400 feet lower than today. Bays and estuaries teemed with fish, turtles, and birds. Heavy rains fed prairies with lush vegetation. Texas was not desert, not dry plains, but a thriving green frontier. On these fertile lands, giants ruled. The Columbian mammoth, the most iconic, 14 feet tall, 10 tons of power, tusks stretching like ivory spears. When herds walked, the ground shook. Beside them roamed ancient bison, twice the size of modern buffalo, horns spanning 6 feet wide. Their migrations thundered like storms. Horses also ran wild here, smaller, but swift and powerful. Camels too lived in Texas. Herds adapted to grasslands and heat. In the forests lurked ground sloths, 20 feet tall when upright, claws longer than a man's arm, shaggy coats, strange, bear-like beasts, and, on the plains, glyptodons, armadillo relatives the size of small cars, walking tanks armored in bone. But giants did not rule unchallenged. Predators stalked the land. Saber-toothed cats, muscular with dagger-like teeth, fangs up to 7 inches long, perfect for piercing bone. Dire wolves hunted in packs, heavier, larger than modern wolves. Their strategy was teamwork: surround, exhaust, kill. The deadliest of all, the American lion, bigger than African lions, sleek, fast, deadly. Imagine 800 pounds of muscle sprinting after prey. Short-faced bears roamed too, enormous, towering over humans, and fast enough to chase down bison. In Ice Age Texas, danger was everywhere. Herbivores survived in herds, predators battled for dominance, and humans, life was even more precarious. Humans arrived more than 13,000 years ago. The Paleo-Indians, small bands, moving with the seasons, living off animals and plants, crafting tools from stone, bone, and wood. Most famous of all, Clovis spear points, razor-sharp, carefully made, deadly weapons against mammoths and bison. Each hunt demanded teamwork, courage, precision. A single kill fed families for weeks. Evidence lies at Galt, near Austin, and Buttermilk Creek, older than Clovis. Here, Ice Age Texans thrived, cooking over fire, building shelters, passing stories through generations. To survive meant respecting nature and fearing its dangers. Imagine standing in a Texas meadow, hearing mammoths rumble in the distance. But the Ice Age was ending. The climate warmed, glaciers melted, sea levels rose, rivers swelled and shifted, grasslands shrank, forests retreated. The green frontier slowly vanished. Mammoths lost grazing lands, sloths lost forests, predators lost prey. But humans adapted. They hunted smaller animals, gathered nuts, berries, and roots. Innovation meant survival for the giants. Change came too fast. Between 13,000 and 16,000 years ago, disaster. Mammoths, camels, horses, gone. Saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, extinct. Ground sloths, glyptodons, giant bison, vanished forever. Why? Some say climate change. Others, human overhunting. Perhaps both. Loss of habitat, skilled hunters, a deadly mix. Within a few thousand years, the giants were gone. Texas was transformed. Deer replaced mammoths. Coyotes replaced dire wolves. Smaller bison herds grazed the plains. Nature reshaped itself into the Texas we know. But traces remain. Fossils in riverbeds, mammoth bones across central Texas, dire wolf remains in caves, stone tools in ancient sediments. Each discovery whispers of a forgotten world. Imagine Waco, once home to mammoths. Dallas, shadowed by saber-toothed cats. Houston, forests of giant sloths. Modern highways cover hunting grounds. Ranch lands cross mammoth trails. Cities rise over Ice Age rivers. Yet beneath it all, the past still waits. 10,000 years ago, Texas was a prehistoric frontier, alive with mammoths, camels, and bison, dangerous with lions and dire wolves, home to humans who survived with courage, a land in transition, from Ice Age to modern age. Every hill, every valley, every river carries traces of that history. The story of Ice Age Texas is the story of adaptation. Species perished, humans endured, and out of that struggle, a new Texas was born. Today, Texas is highways, skyscrapers, and cities, but beneath the modern world lies another, a world where giants walked, where predators reigned, where humans were newcomers, fighting for survival. So remember this. When you look across the Texas plains, 10,000 years ago, they shook with mammoth footsteps, they echoed with the roars of lions, and they carried the voices of the first Texans. This is the legacy of prehistoric Texas, and its story is still being written in the fossils beneath our feet.